Welcome back as we continue this wonderful journey in additional mathematics. My name is Nana Yawedu and you can call me Sir Nana. Remember to like this video, share this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you can get all videos on time. In our previous lessons, we have considered functions, and we've seen how important functions are in our daily life. We've seen how we can model functions to solve real life problems like using the ride hailing app, buying petrol and the amount of money we have to pay, cooking where we have to mix some ingredients, and even in construction. In this lesson, we want to look at how we can evaluate functions. We are considering evaluating functions because it's important that we get to know how functions work when it comes to evaluation. It is just like having a football player on the field and wanting to substitute that football player with another football player in the 60th or 70th minute. We must take that football player out and bring in another one. So in this lesson, we are going to look at how we can evaluate functions by simply doing a direct substitution of value into the function. Now let's look at our first question. So in this question, it says that given that f of x is equal to x squared plus 3x plus 4, we must find f of minus 4. So let's look at how we can solve this question. So basically, the question says that given that, right, so given that f of x is equal to x squared plus 3x plus 4, we have to evaluate f of negative 4, right? F of negative 4. So all we must notice that wherever we see s is a player that is on the field already, right? So we must substitute that for our negative 4 in the function f of x. So it means that we are going to have our f of negative 4 to be equal to negative 4 all squared. Because the negative is affected by the square, we can put both the negative and the 4 into brackets, right? Plus 3 multiplying negative 4, right? Plus 4. So this implies that our f of negative 4 will be equal to, when we have negative 4 all squared, it gives us 16, right? Because 4 squared gives us 16. The negative squared will give us positive. Then we have plus 3 multiplying negative 4 gives us negative 12. And then plus 4. So it means that f of negative 4 will be equal to, right, when we have 16, we have positive and negative, it gives us negative. So 16 minus 12, right, plus 4. So it means that f of negative 4 will be equal to 16 minus 12 will give us 4. Then we have plus 4. So it means that our function f of negative 4 is equal to 8. Right, so this implies that we can say that our negative 4 will be a member of the domain when we have evaluated in the function f of x, which is equal to x squared plus 3x plus 4, to give us our range, which is equal to 8. Right, so in this question, we got our f of negative 4 to be equal to 8. Now let's look at our next question. So in our next question, it says that given that h of t is equal to t squared all over 2t plus 3, evaluate h of minus 2, right? So we are evaluating h of minus 2 by substituting h of minus 2 or minus 2 in place of t, right? So I believe that now you understand you can do this. So you can pause the video, go through the steps to solve it, and let's see the solution. Now let's look at the expected solution. So to solve this, we have been given a function h of t, right? So our function is h of t. So h of t, which is equal to t squared all over 2t plus 3, right? T squared all over 2t plus 3. So I'm sure by now you might have gotten an answer. So we want to evaluate h of negative 2, right? We want to evaluate h of negative 2. This implies that wherever we see t, we substitute the t with negative 2. So we have negative 2 all squared all over 2 multiplying negative 2 plus 3. Right, so it means that our h of negative 2, when we evaluate, negative 2 squared gives us 4. 2 multiplying negative 2 gives us negative 4 plus 3. So it means that our h of negative 2 will be equal to 4 all over negative 4 plus 3 gives us negative 1. And when we evaluate this, our h of negative 2 will give us negative 4. So this implies that we have a member of the domain negative 2 when we put into the function h of t, which is t squared all over 2t plus 3, gives us a range which is negative 4, right? So basically, we have looked at how we can evaluate functions. And we've considered the fact that in evaluating functions, we can simply do a substitution where we are asked to evaluate a function on probably a number, right? In our next lesson, we want to consider some more examples on how we can evaluate functions. Remember to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you in the next lesson.